Hi everyone. This is the fourth video for our library yoga. Um, I missed last week, or I skipped it because I've been having a very stressful couple weeks. My mom was sick, and those of you who know me know my dad has Alzheimer's, so my mom is a caretaker for my dad. And I'm not sharing this to unload on anyone. I'm kind of connecting with you because I know some of you, because of quarantine and because of so many things, may be going through really stressful times too. We all do. Um, Over and over, we have good times and bad times. So the last few weeks have been difficult, and I felt so stressed, and I haven't been doing my movement practice as I usually do. So I was planning on doing a chair yoga anyway out of these 5 classes I'm doing in this series. So I'm doing it this week, and this could benefit lots of us for different reasons, but for me, I just feel like being so stressed, we've talked about this in the library, we have shallow breathing, then your posture kind of closes up. Even if you're in a great mood and you go for a long car ride, then you're sitting you're in a sitting position, and then you get up to get out of the car and you find your body kind of is stuck in that sitting position. So when we're really stressed or anxious, we get muscular tension that affects our posture most of the time in a forward pulling way. We go inward, and that's kind of how I felt, like shallow breaths and just armored. We get this like physical armored feeling, like kind of, if you have depression or anxiety or something like that, you don't feel fluid and feel like dancing or doing a big yoga practice. That may not be available to you. And so something really starting smaller with just breathing or small movements, whatever is available, could be helpful. So like I said, I'm not trying to unload or stress anyone out, but just watching someone suffer is challenging, and it made me think of anyone who works in healthcare. Everything we're dealing with, a lot of us might feel more stressed than normal, and I've talked about this already in these videos, but mine in the last 2 weeks just went to kind of a whole new level. So chair yoga, if anyone has injuries or is in a chair, then this could be helpful. Today I'm going to reference this book available at the Rutland Library. It's called Breathe, and it has some technical stuff, but I really like it. So I recommend this book. Sit with Less Pain, really great book. Wherever you go, there you are, John Kabat-Zinn. And Yoga RX by Larry Payne, Yoga Prescription. And you know what? Under this video, once it's posted by the library, under the comments spot, I'll copy the yoga prescriptions for mental health. It's a page-long bulleted list of things recommended, and the first one is see a physician and or a mental health professional and get your condition under control before doing anything else. And then later it says, if depression makes it difficult for you to begin exercise, start yoga very slowly by spending a few minutes a day doing yogic breathing exercises, and then gradually do more and more. So I will have that posted along with with the book list and some other references. But I'd like to read from the Breathe book. And she writes, Dr. Melissa Vernick writes, which came first? The anxious, shallow upper body, she calls it vertical breathing, or the stress? Regardless, you're in the loop. Breathing badly, you feel stressed, and the stress pushes you to breathe worse. You take small, shallow, erratic breaths. This in turn alerts your nervous system to go deeper into fight or flight, which then constricts your breath even more. Are you in a war zone? Nope. just crouched over your computer, growing more impatient and full of anxiety with every hour, stressed about your to-do list, your project deadline, and all the things that demand your immediate attention. And this is before a pandemic. She writes, changing the way you breathe will lower stress levels within minutes, faster than a Valium, a double shot of scotch, or a good massage. Yes, you yourself can lower your blood pressure faster and with fewer side effects than any medication. If you could hook yourself up to a machine that measures galvanic skin response, heart rate, blood pressure, and brain waves within seconds, all the signs that your body is calming would show up on a screen. Sometimes it's hard to believe that changing the way that you breathe works without you being attached to machines that measure your body response quantitatively. But we can feel it. I think we can feel those pauses. So hopefully we can find peace in the pauses. Any moment to pause and take a deeper breath might allow some relief. So chair yoga, I'm gonna go set up. You'll need some sort of sturdy chair, hopefully without arms. And depending on the length of your legs, you might want blocks to put on the floor for your feet. Might not. Or if you have a block handy, that might be good for when we fold forward. And then maybe even a rolled up yoga mat. So if you want to pause this video and get anything you need, or a little pad for the chair or blanket, as long as it doesn't make it slippery, might be helpful. But a rolled up yoga mat might be nice for the end for seated Shavasana. You put that rolled up yoga mat right in the middle of your chair to kind of open up your front body and lean back on. And that's really nice. So I'll just get my audio going. So we're going to start today's practice seated in, we'll call it a seated mountain pose. So we want to get balanced on our sits bones and sit. Maybe you have to scoot towards the front edge of the chair, wherever you need to be to find a balanced, secure, stable base in your pelvis that you can rise out of, gauging the abs a little bit, pulling in towards the spine. Getting tall throughout the upper body and grounded through the lower body. So the feet, the four corners of the feet are rooted. Knees are somewhere over the ankles. We have kind of 90-degree angles happening at our hips and knees. And we'll just start noticing what's happening with the breath. And then maybe start inviting a deeper inhalation. And then allowing yourself to exhale completely. You can always close your eyes if you want. And I'll invite you to bring your hands to Pranidhana Mudra if interested. You can leave your palms on your thighs if that feels better. But Pranidhana Mudra is the gesture of surrender to help us let go. So this mudra, you would take your thumbs, your middle finger and ring finger and bring them all together. So then your index finger and pinkies are pointing away. And we'll have the tips of your pinkies and index fingers touch. And kind of the tips of all your other fingers touch up top with the thumbs. And you point your extended fingers, pointers and pinkies down. Let your back of your hands or wrist rest on your thighs. Let your shoulders relax. Take a few breaths here. The mantra for this mudra is, as I let go of the need to control, my life becomes an effortless flow. We'll take a few breaths here as I share another quote about peace. peace. It does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of these things and still be calm in your heart. As I let go of the need to control, my life becomes an effortless flow. And release Pranidhana Mudra. Let the tops of your palms of your hand rest on your thighs. Bring the engagement back to your whole body so you're back in your strong, beautiful mountain pose in the chair. And when you're ready, we'll take a breath to prepare. So an inhalation here. And then we're going to lift the palms on the exhalation to right in front of the face, but our elbows are bent and the hands are away from the face. And then we'll inhale, the palms come above, maybe to the forehead or higher, and we look up at them if that's available. Keeping the arms where they are, we exhale, the chin comes down wherever it can go. And then we inhale, sweep the arms out into a cactus position, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Palms face forward, elbows are bent. And then we exhale, just circle the arms back down to where we started, palms on thighs. This is called wing and prayer. So we inhale, the palms face our face, elbows are slightly bent. Exhale the hands to about the face level, and then we inhale, looking up at the hands as they come to our forehead level or higher. Keep the arms where they are. Exhale, bring the chin down, wherever you can go. On the inhalation, we're sweeping the arms open into cactus arms. Maybe you feel your heart lifting or opening, and then exhale, palms of the hands come back down to the thighs. We'll do that one more time. Inhale here. Exhale, the palms rise up. Inhale, lift the hands wherever works for you and your neck. Keep the hands here, and then exhale, bring the chin down. Inhale, sweep the arms out into cactus or wings. And then exhale, the arms come back down. And then we will take our right hand, so your left hand can be on the chair next to you, on your left thigh, whatever works for you. Bring the right arm kind of extended out to the side a little bit at a diagonal, and we're pushing the palm away, so we're looking at the back of our hand. We'll inhale here, and then we'll exhale, turn the palm to face our shoulder and watch your hand with your eyes as you rotate your neck. Follow your hand if possible. So we'll inhale, push the palm away, kind of like Tai Chi. Exhale, the palm comes in. We're following the hand with our gaze to wherever we can. We're not going to force it. And we never force our body anywhere. One more time. So you're pushing away with your palm until you're done your inhalation, and then when you're ready to exhale, sweep the hand really fluidly back towards your shoulder, and then we'll let the hand just settle down to the thigh. Take a cleansing breath here. And then when you're ready, we'll lift the left hand. So we'll lift, the palm is facing away, looking at the back of your hand. When you're ready to exhale, we'll sweep across, gaze follows hand to maybe touch the shoulder. Inhale, your hand slowly turns and the palm turns away, pushing gently. Exhale, sweeping the palm back towards your shoulder, getting a little rotation in the neck. One more time, inhaling, linking breath to your movement. Exhaling, hand comes back across. Then we'll let the hand come back to the thigh and take a breath here in our mountain. From here, we'll take a few shoulder rolls. And reverse that. Reverse that again so the shoulder blades land down the back. And we'll let everything settle. We're centered and still. From here, we'll drop the chin towards the chest and take the right ear to the right shoulder, and then semicircles down through our middle. Chin comes down wherever it goes, and left ear comes to left shoulder, or towards it. And we'll just go back and forth a few times. I usually keep just semicircles down and to the sides, but if it's available to you, and if you want to take little circles with your whole head, you could try that, or big ones. A few times in each direction at your own pace, always breathing. And then we'll come back to center. From here, we're going to drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And then if it's available, let your left arm hang by the side of your chair. And then if it's available, push your heel of your hand so you're drawing your fingers in the back of your hand up. See how that feels? Release that, and then maybe nod yes really slowly if that's available. And then we'll come back to center. Maybe your left hand comes to left thigh. We'll find something like that on the other side. We're always reaching tall through the spine though. We're not rounding the back or collapsing anywhere in our body. We're taking that mountain kind of feeling with us the whole time. So option is stay here or let the right arm kind of hang to the side off of the chair. Option to add to this by pushing the heel of the hand away and drawing the fingers up. Release that and maybe nod yes really gently, noticing how that feels in different parts of your neck and shoulder. One more time. When you're ready, we'll come back to center. From here, we'll reach the right arm up as we inhale, and then exhale the right arm down. Really slow and simple, linking breath to movement will alternate. So inhale the left arm up, exhale comes back, maybe it holds onto the chair, your thigh, other side, inhale the right arm up. And just notice what you're doing. Do you want to keep your shoulder blade down? Do you want to keep your arm forward a little bit? It's all up to you and your body. See what feels best. And we'll do one more on the left side. Seeing what feels good as you raise your arm up. So we're going to add to this now. So we'll bring the hands to prayer. From here, we'll inhale, the sternum lifts into the thumbs. And then we'll exhale, interlace the fingers, push the palms away. Stay as straight or naturally curved in your back as you want to, or round through the upper back. And instead of coming to prayer hands, we're going to keep the fingers interlaced, but then just draw the palms in towards your heart as you bring the heart forward. So getting into a little bit of cat and cow. Try to keep this in the upper back. So moving in a really fluid way with the breath. Exhaling, rounding the upper back, pushing the palms away. Inhaling, turning the interlaced fingers and palms in towards your heart, bringing your heart forward to your hands. One more time. Inhale, exhale, push away. Inhale, hands come back. Let's bring hands back to prayer. Take a breath here. And when we're ready to inhale again, keep the hands in prayer and reach them overhead. As far as they can go, maybe your gaze follows your hands, maybe not. Exhale, draw the hands in prayer back to the heart. We'll do that 2 more times. So feel free to open your hands away from each other or go halfway up, whatever works. Inhaling as you lift. Exhaling to bring the arms back down. So from here, we're going to pick apples. So we're going to reach the right arm up and forward a little, and we're opening the back side body. And then we'll bring this elbow towards the waist and reach the left arm kind of forward and up. Maybe if you're interested, even lift the right knee, so the opposite knee, which would kind of draw the pelvis down on one side. So we're really picking apples. We're trying to get into muscles that connect the lower ribs to the pelvis on one side. And we'll just go back and forth. So my left knee's lifting. I'm on my toes of my left foot as my right arm's in the air. Because I'm trying to push that sits bone on the side of the arm lifting into the chair to kind of bring that side of the hip pelvis down as I lift the ribs away from the pelvis on one side. Nothing extreme, just notice how it feels. Alternating back and forth here. Let's do one more on each side. And then we'll come back to our seated mountain. From here, we'll do a few Sufi circles. We're going to inhale, bring the heart forward, and take circles in one direction if that's available to you. These could be really tiny, but we're engaging all the muscles in our core as we do this. So we're inhaling as the heart comes forward, exhaling as muscles scoop in towards, from the belly towards the spine. When you're ready, switch direction. And then we'll come back to center. From here, we'll take a few cat and cows. So your hands are going to slide towards your hips and towards your knees as your spine flexes and extends. So we'll start by inhaling, bringing the heart forward. Maybe your gaze comes up, just noticing how much you want to arc your spine. And then exhale, hands gently slide down your thighs. Maybe they hold onto your knees. Maybe you like to put more of this in the upper back, or maybe you don't want to round your back too much. Just go to your comfort, moving with the breath. Inhaling, belly comes forward, heart lifts and opens, shoulder blades draw back, and exhale. Reverse that. Let's do one more round. And then we'll come back to center. Back to our mountain. From here, we'll start noticing what's happening in the legs. So maybe tap your heels a few times back and forth, lift your toes a few times, maybe pause, lift one toe and stretch them, and then the other foot's toes stretch and lift. And then we ground down through the feet. And if it's available, let's extend the right leg out. So engage your core and your strong mountain. Engage your connection with the floor through your left foot for stability. You can even hold on to the sides of the chair. We're just going to reach the right foot out. So we're extending our right leg. Nowhere to go. Doesn't have to get completely straight. We're just going to point and flex the foot a few times. Maybe roll the ankle in one direction and then the other. Whatever feels best to you. And then release back down. So bring your attention to the bottom of the right foot. And then with that support, we'll lift the left leg, extend and flex the foot. Maybe roll the ankle in one direction and the other. And then we'll come back to our seated mountain. Hands come back to the thighs. So from here, we're going to bring the hands to the heart again. And if you kept your hands together, you can do that. You can even interlace your fingers and take Kali Mudra where the index fingers point up, or you can keep your arms apart. Totally up to you, but let's inhale the arms overhead. Get nice and long through the torso. When you're ready, we're going to lean forwards. We're reaching, extending through our spine. We're hinging at the hips instead of rounding the back. So we're trying to keep a really energetic, long spine. Feel your connection through your feet with the floor supporting you through your legs. So maybe you come, I don't know, diagonal, 45 degrees, whatever works for you. Now hold it here for 3 breaths, wherever you land. Feeling that engagement through your leg muscles supporting you, extending through your whole spine, arms reaching. 1 more breath here. And we'll inhale and come all the way back up. Hands come to the heart. And then back to your thighs. Now we're going to keep the hands on the thighs and hinge again, leading with the heart. So get a little extension in your back, so maybe the belly puffs out a teeny tiny bit, just so we're not rounding the back. We're leading with the heart, hinging from the hips. So once your chest is lowered, we're heading towards like a cobra kind of thing. So the hands are on the thighs. We're going to reach tall through the crown of the head, engage the shoulder blades towards each other and down, lift the heart up, pushing into the thighs with the arms to come back tall to our seated mountain. And we'll do that again. So we're just hinging from the hips, leading with the heart, maybe taking our gaze to our feet, and then from here engaging the shoulder blades down and towards each other, opening the heart forward and up. And we'll do 1 more like that. So we're hinging wherever you go. And then a little baby cobra. You can also do a cobra with hands on the wall. Then we'd have to move the chair. Okay, we're back in our mountain. So for now you may know if you're interested in taking a full forward fold. So option to keep your legs exactly where they are, in line with the hips, or maybe you want them much wider, up to you. And you can take any kind of forward fold you want. If you want, you can reach the arms overhead, or you can keep the hands on the thighs. I'm gonna reach the arms overhead and hinge from the hips. It's called jackknife. See how this feels. My belly rests on my thighs. So maybe you keep your hands on a block, or maybe you can release here, and it doesn't matter. Maybe you want to keep your elbows and forearms on your thighs and just kind of release here up high. Close your eyes for a few breaths, or if it's available to your low back, you can release and let your head kind of hang wherever it goes. Let your neck relax. Hands come to the floor or your feet or whatever feels right. When you're ready, we're going to make our way up. So maybe you want to walk your hands back up to your thighs. Do that cobra kind of thing again, where you engage your heart forward, get a really long spine. Push your palms into your thighs. Shoulder blades come towards each other as the heart lifts back to our mountain seat. Take a breath or 2 here. Coming back to our center. And then if interested, I'm going to lead us through a seated sun salutation from Sit with Less Pain. So we'll start with hands at the heart. Make this work for you. We're going to reach the arms overhead. So open the hands away from each other, reach tall. And then we're going to exhale and fold. So you do not have to go far. Maybe you dangle your head again, but we have to come up with a leg. So you can watch 1 round if you want. I'm going to demonstrate not folding all the way. So that was an exhale down. Then we're going to inhale, draw my right knee in. Inhale, so I'm lifting the heart again and looking up. Then I'm going to exhale, kind of round my spine, bringing my nose towards my knee, whatever that looks like for you. And then I'm going to inhale, my foot comes back to the floor as my arms reach tall, extending through my upper body. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach tall. extend through the spine as I fold wherever I go. Then I'm going to inhale, bring my left knee up. So I'm inhaling, so I'm lifting my heart, looking up. Exhale, stay here with your leg and round through your spine as much as feels good to you. Then I'm going to inhale, arms come up to the sky, hands come to heart. So we'll do 2 rounds of that without pausing between sides. We'll pause after we do both sides. Okay, here we go. Hands at heart. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Extend through your spine as you injure the hips. Nice strong legs pushing into the floor. Inhale, the right knee gets drawn in as we lift the heart. Look up to where it feels good to you. Exhale, round through the spine. Nose comes towards knee. Inhale, the foot comes back to the floor. Arms come up. And we're going to go to the other side. So we're extending as we fold. Inhale, the left knee gets drawn in. Heart lifts. Gaze comes up. Exhale, round through the back. Inhale, extend the arms up as the foot comes back down. Now we'll bring the hands to heart. And we'll do 1 more round. So inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, extend through your whole upper body. Everything is energetic. Exhaling down, inhale, draw the right knee in, heart opens and maybe lifts, gaze comes up. Exhale, knee or nose towards knee. Inhale, arms reach overhead, foot comes back down. Extend as we fold. Exhaling as we release down. Inhale, draw the left knee up, heart lifts, gaze comes up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, extend the arms up as the left foot comes back to the floor. And now hands can meet at the heart again. Pause here just for a moment. Adjust your feet if you need to, or your pelvis in case it kind of shifted. Mine did. From here, I'd like to do a little qigong for stress and anxiety. So all we're going to do is kind of inhale, swing the arms out, and exhale, bring them down like a giant sun breath. So we're going to inhale, the arms come out and up. Gaze comes up maybe. And then exhale, we're going to put a bend in the elbows and the palms come down in front of the body, kind of grounding our energy in front of us. Really slow. Maybe relaxing and sinking down. So your spine might round or really kind of straighten. I don't want to say round. So inhale, maybe your gaze comes up. You can keep your eyes closed. It's more the posture. Your nose is pointing up. Exhale, palms kind of face down. Maybe they're at a little diagonal. We'll do 1 more breath like this. Arms circle out and up. And exhale, just feel your energy grounding in front of you. Hands can come back to the thighs. So from here, let's come into something like Warrior 2. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It may be more like this, where your feet, we're just shifting a little. You don't have to straighten your whole left leg and force anything. So it may just be kind of opening your legs a little bit and changing the way your hips are sitting here. So we'll get some sort of opening. The right toes, we're heading towards the right, so the right toes are pointing out away from the chair. You want to make sure your right leg and sits bone is on the chair. And then we're going to open our belly towards the front of our chair. Arms come out to the sides. And we're looking straight. And then if it's available, maybe you can look over your right fingertips, relax your shoulders. From here, let's turn the right palm up and come to peaceful warrior. So your left hand can support you by coming down to either the chair behind you or your left thigh. You can keep your chin kind of tucked, or you can look up. Making this feel right to you, trying to get in the intercostal muscles, a little side stretch, the muscles in between our ribs. Take one more breath here. When you're ready, we'll just float back to warrior. And we'll do something like extended side angle. So the forearm or the hand, the forearm can come to the thigh or the hand can come to the chair. And then the left arm is going to reach up towards the sky. And if available, and if interested, maybe can come kind of reaching away from your left foot at a diagonal to open the left side body. Up to you. But we want to be lifting. We don't want to collapse onto our right leg too much, or really at all, but it is there to support us. When you're ready, we'll float back up to our warrior two. Release the arms and walk your feet back to center and facing forward. Find your mountain seat. And we'll find something like that on the other side. So it may be that you're just kind of aiming your knees to the left a little bit. That's fine. Maybe you need to keep your whole, the whole entire foot of each foot on the floor. Maybe you have a chair that's not allowing you to move a certain way. But you can see my left toes are pointing to the left now instead of straight towards the camera. And then my right leg's going to do whatever it can do. Opening my heart towards the camera as my knees pointing over to the left. So maybe your gaze stays forward, or maybe if it's available, go over your left fingertips. Take a breath here. Let's head towards peaceful warrior. The left palm turns up. Our gaze kind of follows the line of the hand, but feel free to tuck your chin to make your neck feel as good as possible. Moving slow enough that we can find where we belong and not go past it. I'm going to be able to take our deep, even breaths wherever we are. We'll take one more breath here. And float back. And we'll find our way to some kind of version of extended side angle. So the left forearm rests on the left leg maybe. Reach the right arm up towards the sky, or if it's available, you can start reaching at a diagonal away from your right foot. When you're ready, let's bring the arms back so they're parallel to the floor in warrior two. Arms can relax to our sides, and then we'll make our way to facing forward again. So from here, I wanted to do a few more poses. I think we're probably ready for a twist now. So let's reach both arms out and up overhead. And then bring them back down. So we're just kind of getting some length in our spine. And then from here, I'd like you to try, we'll build on this slowly because maybe you'll stay at level one. So make sure you're in your comfortable mountain position where you have a nice stable base. And then from here, we'll just aim the heart. Maybe your right arm reaches back to the back of the chair at the bottom. We don't have to hook our elbow anywhere and force our shoulder in a weird spot. Might have all different kind of chair backs. So I'm just holding the side of the bottom, the side of the chair under the seat. And that might even help me keep length in my spine. Aiming my heart towards the right. Maybe this is good. If any of you want to add to this, feel free to do that. Maybe you want to cross your right leg over your left. lifting the heart, lengthening through the spine, keeping the crown of the head reaching tall. Twist however works for you. So either one of these. And then we'll release back to center. So let's start small on the other side, just seeing kind of how everything feels. Kind of checking out the spine's range of motion and rotation. And then if interested, we can go back and bring the left leg over top of the right, and then maybe even draw the right arm across the left thigh somehow. But we don't want to use the hand to kind of crank our spine anywhere. Just kind of floating, keeping it really fluid. One more breath here. And we'll release back to center. Uncross your legs if you have them crossed. And then we'll do seated pigeon pose or figure four. So seated, if you don't go very far while you're lying in your back in this modified pigeon kind of idea, you may want to just use a block here to bring your right foot, edge of your foot kind of to let your knee fall out to the side a little bit. But if it's available to you, you can draw your foot all the way up. We don't want to put the ankle bones on the leg because we don't want to force the foot, the ligaments anywhere. So the ankle rests somewhere above the knee or at the bottom of the thigh, and we flex the toes towards the knee, especially the pinky toe side. If this is too much for your knee or uncomfortable in your low back or anywhere, you can bring this leg down. And you can have a different height if you have two blocks. And we're not going to force the knee anywhere. We'll give everything a few seconds to kind of just settle. One even pelvis here. So option is stay really tall because again, imagine we're on our back. This would have been drawing the knee to right above the hip, which is a pretty good stretch for most of us if we've been sitting a lot or if we haven't been moving. So if I ask you to hinge forward here, if you were on your back, that would be drawing your knee in pretty close to your belly. So if you don't normally do that, I mean, you can see how you feel. I don't want to hold anyone back, but I'm wearing my less is more t-shirt. That's my kind of motto. When you're ready, we'll release this and find something that works for you on the other side, but let's find our mountain center to build on. So again, we're not putting like the foot on the thigh and forcing the ankle into any weird position. Draw the toes in flexion towards the right leg to protect the knee and ankle. We're not going to push the knee down or force anything. We'll just let everything settle. So option is sit really tall here, or if it's available, you can start hinging, folding to make this stretch perfect for you. And then we'll release the leg back down, back to our mountain. And then option to get back into the shoulders a little bit with eagle pose. So we're going to cross the right leg over the left, if that's available, not necessary. So right leg's over, the right arm is going to come under the left. So either we bring our hands to our shoulders for a nice hug, and we're opening around the shoulder blades and upper back. That's the goal, if we have a goal. Breathing deeply is the goal. So you can back off and make it feel good for your body. So maybe this is where you are, or maybe you can do eagle arms where you really requires a lot of the shoulders. So if you've ever had a shoulder injury, just give yourself a nice little hug if that's possible. We don't want to force the arms anywhere relative to the body. But if you can wrap around, bring your right fingertips into your left palm. Take a few breaths here, maybe drawing the elbows down. And then letting them rise up an inch or two. Don't have to go crazy. And then release the elbows, unwind the legs. And we'll find something like that on the other side. So you can just cross the legs, left leg's over, so we'll bring the left arm under. Maybe we're just holding on to the shoulder, feeling a nice opening that way. Or if it's available, you can wrap your arms into eagle arms. Maybe kind of fold a little bit, opening, rounding the upper back. And then coming back to a tall posture and letting the elbows float up just a tiny bit, not going far. And then we'll release the elbows back down. Arms come to the sides. Now let's just let the arms hang. Get your nice mountain feet. We're going to do a few shoulder rolls. Really slowly. So inhaling as you exaggerate, coming forward, up. And then exhaling back and down. Inhaling forward, up. Exhaling back and down. One more like that. And then holding on to the side of your chair with your left hand, let's reach the right arm up. You can even have your hand on your thigh, whatever works for you. We're getting into kind of a crescent moon with one arm. So we're reaching long through the spine. We're not collapsing into our low back on the left side. We're extending out from our hips. Inhale to center. Exhale, release the right arm. We'll do something like that on the other side. So left arm lifts. Find your side body opener, keeping your spine long. One more breath. And we'll inhale back to center. That arm comes down. I want to do that qigong one more time. So we want our nice mountain legs, adjust if needed. Inhale, the arms come out to sides. Exhale, palms come down our midline. Two more. Inhale. Exhale as the palms come down. Last one. Let the hands land in the lap. Close your eyes and just sit in your best mountain pose for a few breaths. Well, I share a quote from John Kabat-Zinn's Wherever You Go, There You Are. He's talking about posture. He says, so when we practice sitting meditation, first and foremost, it means sitting in such a way that your body affirms, radiates, broadcasts an attitude of presence, that you are committed to acknowledging and accepting whatever comes up in any moment. This is why many people find the image of a mountain helpful in deepening concentration and mindfulness in the sitting practice. Invoking qualities of elevation, massiveness, majesty, unmovingness, rootedness helps bring these qualities directly into posture and attitude. So as we head towards Shavasana, I invite you to stay seated. You can prop a pillow behind your low back. You can put a rolled up yoga mat behind your spine and lean on that. Get a nice little opening of the front body that way. And prop it up so your head is resting on it too. And then you can even put your feet on blocks. or however it works, just so your low back is happy, your body's supported. Find your most comfortable position while we take a few minutes here. So I invite you after this, turn this video off, to lay on your back and take whatever other poses, if that's available to you. But those of us staying in the chair, I invite you to let your hands rest on your thighs, palms up, palms down. Or maybe take one hand to belly, one hand to heart. And start to deepen your breath and notice your belly hand lifting away from your body, and then your heart hand rising away from your body. Heart hand sinks back towards your spine, and then belly hand comes in on the exhalation. Breathing as deeply as possible, belly hand lifts, heart hand lifts. And then reverse that. A few more deep, even breaths. Remembering peace. It does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of these things and still be calm in your heart. Stay here as long as you need to. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.
Take care, everyone.